Now, if you've looked at the title of this episode, you may be wondering, what is this guy actually going to tell us this time? Or it's just another episode of Bezos Chibozi? Well, I'm going to glorify laziness. And mark me right, it's not right to glorify laziness, but the one I want to talk about it is that laziness that actually pushes us to the next level, or that laziness that brings the best or the easiest way for us to do or to accomplish different tasks in life. Now, if you look at human beings as a whole, we are actually very lazy creatures, and we don't want to put in the work most of the times. We want the easiest way out and the easiest way to do things. Take an example of our core fathers or our ancestors. When it came to domestication of animals, not all animals were being domesticated, and there is a reason. If you look at the whole thing, it's because someone was lazy somewhere and wanted the easy way out. Take, for example, if you had a lion and a cow, and as a human being, you were told, which one are you going to domesticate first? Now, I saw a video on the YouTube that was explaining this whole thing. It's called Why Not All Animals Would Be Domesticated. Now, that example I've given, a cow and a lion. For you to take care of a lion, you had to hunt for it, get for it the steak, the meat for it to eat. And it would take more meat for you to get one piece of meat from a lion, which is not the case for the cow. And that is for all herbivorous animals. If you look at the animals that have been domesticated, most of them are herbivorous animals. And why? It's because it's very easy to feed a cow on something that comes naturally with grass. It's plants, and plants cover a very big part of the world. If it was very easy for them to feed something, it would be easy for it to be domesticated. You would take in very little energy for you to create a lot of meat from a cow. Even now, if you look at the whole thing, let's say, why did man choose horses over zebras? Because most of human history shows that men came from Africa or something, and in Africa, the biggest thing in Africa, the most obvious thing would have been to take on the zebras instead of horses. Now, if you look at a zebra, the horse, it's almost the same animal, but a horse is more friendly or more organized than a zebra. Zebras move in big numbers, but they are very disorganized animals. And all this is from that video. Don't think I'm an expert, but all this is from that video. That zebras move in big numbers for matters of protection, but horses used to move according to the family. The head horse, then the other small thing. The mother to the kids come after, things like that. I'm sorry for not giving the right names of horses. Man, stallion, what? Those ones are for people who have good English. And I'm also trying to be lazy. I don't want to give in a lot of my English. But back to the point. Now, To domesticate horses, you had to just go for the head horse. Once you domesticate the head horse, the rest would be easy to domesticate because they would follow what the head horse was doing. But zebras, it would be great luck if you sat on a zebra and it did kick you or you stayed with your fingers. So it wasn't even friendly. And there was a criteria in what was to be domesticated. The whole point here is that man didn't have to put in a lot of work. Once he saw he's going to put in a lot of work to get that animal, it was going to be difficult. Look at pandas. Pandas are one of the most stupid animals in this world, I think. And it's very hard for them to reproduce. You're actually supposed to force them to mate. One of the things that man was looking for while domesticating animals was they had to easily procreate. That's why you see we have pigs. It would give you 10 more piglets in a space of 2 years. In a space of 2 years, from one pig you would have about, let me say, 25 other pigs, which is not the case for, let me say, like an elephant. In that time it would be only one. The gestation period of an elephant is long. So one of the things was that it had to grow very fast. So that's the idea. The thing had to be so easy for man to take on. And why is that? Because in man's being very lazy, he was also very smart. That I'm not supposed to take in a lot of work for this thing, and so I have to take it on. I have to get the easiest way around it. Which tells me that in life, working hard does not guarantee results. However, working smart and understanding the easiest way around it. So most of it was that human beings studied each animal and saw what's the easiest way for me to take this on. Is it really okay for me to take it on? Will it give me a lot of time? Things like that and that and that. Yeah. So I will tell you that your laziness could have been something that can produce the best out of you. If you look at all innovations or everything in life that has taken the world to the next step, it was trying to make life easy. And why? Because we are all lazy. Personally, I could say I'm one guy that is very lazy, and my laziness has always pushed me to find the easiest way out. As a graphic designer, as a creative, as someone in someone's place, as an employee or something, someone's business, my thing is to look for the easiest way out. I use AI so much to help me, let's say my podcasts, let's say coming up with reports and all that. You look exceptional, you look good, but it's because you're lazy and you found the easiest way out, the most efficient and the most correct way to do something easily, not to put in the energy. The thing is that we are to save the energy for other things that need that energy. If you're given a small task and there is something that can easily help you do that task, why don't you take on the lazy route and let that thing do it for you, pay it, then go on to the next thing. It's the same advice I get from business leaders that I listen to, that if there is something in your business that you can do by yourself, do it. But if there is something that you can pay someone to do for you and have your work done faster, and you direct your energy to something else, then why don't you pay that person to do it? Yeah, that is the whole essence about employment. save more time in your being lazy. If you can pay for it, for someone to do it for you, and focus your energy on something else better than what you're doing now, or something else that can just complement what you're doing. So all I'm trying to say is that embrace efficiency. In one way of being lazy is you embracing efficiency, is you seeing that I can sit and wait and find the easiest way out of this thing. I can create a system to benefit my being lazy. If you have a repetitive task that you're doing all the time, something that it's always in your process, the best way to do it is you creating a system that will help you focus your energy on other things. In one way, what I can say is that the smartest people are very lazy, because those systems they create do the work more efficiently and also give them time to focus on other things, rest and all that. So embrace efficiency to simplify your life. It's one thing I've always told the people around me. Yes, put in the time, one Monday morning or one week, create the systems around you, and then sleep. When someone asks you for a report, you just have to press a few buttons here and there, and you have your report. And that's something I've done for myself, because me, I know very well I'm a very lazy person. I'm a very good procrastinator, and it's because I think it helps me think. In my graphic design journey, I think that's the main thing. If you give me a deadline, if you look at most of the people I do for graphics, I ask them, when is your deadline? So that I can see my time for focusing on other things before I can focus on your thing. Obviously, in my mind, I always have your design and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I'll do this, but I'll not touch it until 3 hours to the time when you say your deadline is. And yeah, if you are a lazy person, you have to have your systems, have your alarms that remind you when you're forgetting a deadline, because sometimes you can forget a deadline. But I know very lazy guys don't do that. They can't forget a deadline because you've created the system to be smart, to work smart. Yeah, reflect on the process. Once you know the process, you're going to know the easiest way to do the thing. So just like the ancestors I was talking about, when they focused on the process, when they looked at if we are to feed this lion, which would even maybe feed on us, it would take us a lot of work for us to get the end product from this thing. And yet if we just got this cow, put it in a gazetted place where there is grass, it eats, we just wait, we milk it for even milk. Oh, it even has milk, extra goodness. They looked at the whole process and then saw what to do exactly. So if you're lazy, as we are glorifying laziness, please reflect on the process so that you know where to input the systems that are going to help you be better at work. Other than that, I think that is it for this episode. Most of the episodes I do these days are far-fetched, but it's because I've not really had enough time to prepare for them. But I believe they are also still of quality. I believe they are also a sign of my consistency. I believe they're also a sign of my laziness. My laziness is because you can't achieve everything at once. You create a system and it will always help you. So I have a system of how I get ideas for each episode. I watch a few YouTubes, I do this, I go to AIs, I try to put in here and there. Yeah. But that is it for this episode. If you loved this episode, please share it with your friends. Please embrace your being lazy, because it is going to fuel the innovation in you. It is going to fuel that inner boy in you, that inner girl in you that is more hardworking. Because when you're lazy, you're always worried about not finishing the work. And so your brain will be tuned at survival to help you finish the work. Thank you for listening. Until next Monday, keep it at Bezos Chibozi.